Lane at Tesano in Accra. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Coming up. President John Mahama declares 3 days of national mourning for late former First Lady Nana Konadu-Agyeman Rawlings.
Ghana, so assume Ghana, find the super. Yeah, going to draw Ghana history or Baran Indonesia. Now, life for any to be as an issue. We are saying Obiaba, Obia, the agenda neighbor, Yamimu Obian, the gift. Which is our one, so now who's in the Aduba quite do high in society.
High Court sitting in Kumasi sentences police inspector to life imprisonment for the murder of girlfriend.
Hey, send your near Hino. Anna Ban, Yaman life for the man was in my way to near you whom I do a beam. Was say my dear, was say a bushing dear, was saying about
Government to increase persons with disabilities common fund allocation from 3% to 5% beginning 2026.
And there's more good news. Next year, in the District Assembly's Common Fund formula, we intend to increase the allocation to persons with disability from 3% to 5%.
Nationwide school placement resolution exercise ends amid mixed reactions from parents.
My kid got school at the Eastern region. Yeah, every guest, but they gave my kid day. I try follow up almost 2 to 3 weeks now, but I'm not finding a solution.
And in CNR business, Tamale set to host Northern Business Fair 2025 this weekend. And in ChannelOne Sports, Parliamentary Sports Chair Ernest Nogbe confident Black Stars will shine at 2026 World Cup. We're grateful that you join us for the ChannelOne Newsroom on ChannelOne Television. We start with crime. And the High Court sitting in Kumasi in the Ashanti region has sentenced Police Inspector Ahmed Chumesi, also known as Takum, to life imprisonment after a 7-member jury found him guilty of murder by a 5-2 majority verdict. Inspector Chumesi was convicted for the murder of his 26-year-old girlfriend, Victoria Dapa, popularly known as Majwa, whom he shot and killed at a dome on April 20, 2023, just a few meters from her residence. ChannelOne News' Ashanti Regional correspondent Fatih Aminu Ibrahim was in court.
It was on April 20, 2023, when news broke of a shocking shooting incident at a dome in Kumasi involving a police officer, later identified as Inspector Ahmed Chumesi. The incident led to the death of 26-year-old Victoria Dapa, also known as Majwa, sparking widespread outrage and renewed concerns about gun violence and abuse of power among security officers. During his first court appearance, Inspector Ahmed Chumesi admitted to killing his girlfriend, but claimed he had no intention of killing her. At that stage, however, his plea was yet to be formally taken, as he had not been officially charged with murder. After committal proceedings, he pleaded not guilty, paving the way for a full trial before a 7-member jury tasked with examining the evidence presented in court. Nearly 3 years after the incident, Her Ladyship, Rosamond Batusu, presiding over the case, delivered judgment on Friday, April 24, 2025, finding the Inspector Chumesi guilty of murder and sentencing him to life imprisonment. Relatives of the late Victoria Dapa, who had long sought justice for her death, filled the courtroom to witness the sentencing. Her mother, in an emotional reaction, expressed satisfaction and relief over the court's verdict.
Yamani life a demand so madwa ye tu ye ne ayehu ye hu madwa bi wasai ma ade wasai abusua ade wasai ne ba ade nyame ene ye da na se ne IGP titiru ya papa dampale ona ne wo honom ofre ye kase osi ni pika kire ye se obepa akwa no nyame adom opani ma yen omo di akire asem ne baaye no empanyimfo omo se fata so omo di akire ma asem ne kɔ no omo di akire amenne asem na wie pe ya ye di aseda ane ye di ma wo mu judge no oba no wa kire se wo ye oba wa CPS ta ne enko nyina no ne ha no.
Family members of the late Majua expressed relief after the judge pronounced Ahmed Chieftaincy guilty of murder. This verdict brings to a close nearly 3 years of legal proceedings. For ChannelOne News, I am Fatih Amin Ibrahim, Ashanti region.
Now, at the Bandri DA Primary School in the Pandai district, teaching and learning have become increasingly difficult due to the absence of a proper school structure. Teachers say academic work comes to an abrupt end anytime the weather changes, and they are appealing for urgent intervention. ChannelOne's Northern Regional Correspondent Mohammed Aminu Alabira visited the school and filed this report.
At Bandre DA Primary School in the Pandai district, pupils study under a makeshift structure that offers little protection from the weather. Some teachers shared their frustrations, noting that the difficult teaching conditions hinder effective learning. They appeal for urgent support to provide a conducive environment for pupils.
Whenever it is cloudy, the children has to run home. Even if you are telling them to stay, they are afraid because of the wind and all. So when it happens like that, I see that the teaching and the learning here is very boring. So it is affecting the performance of the children. So we are pleading with the leaders to come to our aid and help us.
When people are passing, cars are passing, because there's no proper structure, children turn around here and there looking at the roadside. And whenever it is raining, we have to close down. And also, as I'm standing, the sun is scorching inside the class. We cannot do the right thing to control our children. The shift from year to year. So we are appealing that the government to do something about it.
In response, the district chief executive for Pandai, Abdul Karim, has cut short for the construction of a 3-unit classroom block with offices and ancillary facilities for the school.
Then the community, because they want it, they came out with this pavilion, their own initiative, with the support of the assemblyman. So I promised them that as their DCE, I have come to serve the people of Pandai. In terms of education, I am not going to do because I am a professional teacher. So I promised them that we'll give them school block. That was last month. Today, as we are here again at Bandere, we have come to cut short for the school to start on grounds.
The contractor assured the community of completing the project within 6 months and promised to deliver quality work.
The period for the project is 6 months, but then I want to assure you that the project will be completed within that period as well.
Now to the sad news of the death of former First Lady Nana Akufo-Addo and President John Dramani Mahama has declared 3 days of national mourning in her honor. The mourning period, which begins on Friday, October 24, will conclude on Sunday, October 26, 2025. According to a statement signed by Phyllis Kwachiofoso, spokesperson for the President and Minister for Government Communication, all national flags will fly at half-mast across public institutions, government installations, and Ghana's diplomatic missions worldwide. ChannelOne News' Fauzu Masaudu observed a commemoration visit at the former First Lady's residence in Accra and reports.
A day after the passing of the former First Lady, the atmosphere at the Rawlings residence in Accra remained somber. Scores of mourners, including notable figures and members of the general public, visited to commiserate with the bereaved family. Among the dignitaries were former Presidents John Agyekum Kufuor and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as well as the Chief of Staff Julius Debra and former Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Former President Kufuor described Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings as an integral part of Ghana's political history, recalling moments from his interactions with the Rawlings-led administration.
Ghana so assume Ghana crime be super. Yen ultimate draw Ghana history wa bara ni dinishe. Na ne life ni bi asa na esitu no. We are say obiaba the agenda na eba nyame mo obia ne gift. Usi sa kwa ni so na usi ni ade ube kwa chire pa ube do high in society. Odure in the making of our nation Ghana no. She acquitted herself.
Former President Akufo-Addo, visibly devastated, reflected on his personal friendship with the late former First Lady, describing her as a dear friend and strong personality.
Yes, it's a Ghana in your bopo. You try how. I require between a zero. And I'm a social body. Where Madame
National Chairman of the governing NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, who led the party's leadership to the residence, described her passing as a great loss, noting her instrumental role in the formation of the NDC.
NDC. Mameno, I can't go near NDC Kono. Rooms actually a Kote party for Friday. By history or hot day, you wouldn't say, or can on near tea Kono. Inti party no Ashiradi. O my Ghana, so Ubia Magana, what be the First Lady, 19 years. This is a mammy could do. Inti and so Asemo Abano, Atugana Manina.
Minority Leader Alexander Apenyomaken, who joined Parliament's leadership delegation, also paid tribute to the Nakunedu's tireless advocacy for women's empowerment and her contribution to Ghana's affirmative action legislation.
Made the office of the First Lady a formidable office with her empowerment initiatives for women and girls. She played a lead role in the PNDC law that dealt with issues of interstate succession. In our constitution, she's profoundly known for her active role in getting the affirmative action provisions.
Meanwhile, the government's 3-day national mourning continues until Sunday, October 26, with all flags flying at half-mast nationwide and at Ghana's missions abroad. The former First Lady, Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings, may be no more, but the morals and principles she espoused, many say, will definitely live on. Reporting for ChannelOne News, Fauzu Masaudu, Accra.
Now, President John Dramani Mahama has announced that the allocation for persons living with disabilities under the District Assembly's Common Fund will be increased from 3% to 5% effective 2026. He explained that the initiative is intended to strengthen financial support for persons with disabilities nationwide. The President made the announcement during the launch of the government's flagship free tertiary education program for persons living with disabilities on Friday, October 24. ChannelOne News' Sarah Apia was there.
As part of efforts to fulfill a key 2024 manifesto promise, President John Dramani Mahama has officially launched a free tertiary education program for persons living with disabilities, PWDs, enrolled in public tertiary institutions. The initiative falls under the government's no-fee stress policy aimed at removing financial barriers and ensuring that first-year tertiary students with disabilities receive tuition-free education. Speaking at the launch, President Mahama reiterated his government's commitment to disability inclusion, announcing plans to raise the allocation for PWDs under the District Assembly Common Fund from 3% to 5% beginning in 2026.
There's more good news. Next year, in the District Assembly's Common Fund formula, we intend to increase the allocation to persons with disability from 3% to 5%. The disability desks in every district assembly will, in consultation with the local branch of the Ghana Federation of the Disabled, will prepare a budget each year for how they intend to spend the 5% that has been allocated to them.
The President also revealed that work is underway to review the Persons with Disabilities Act, which was first passed in 2006.
To make inclusion a lived reality, my government will roll out a comprehensive set of complementary actions. And the first is legislative reform. And if you notice, when your President spoke, he spoke about the Disability Amendment Act. We'll introduce a Persons with Disability Amendment Act and a legislative instrument, an LI, to modernize Ghana's disability rights regime and ensure effective enforcement. So this new Amendment Act would amend the Persons with Disability Act that was passed in 2006 in order to bring it up to date with current realities.
Meanwhile, Education Minister Haruna Idrisu added that the government, through the Ghana Education Trust Fund, GET Fund, will commit 50 million Ghana cedis to sustain the initiative through 2028.
And to the persons with disability, I'm happy to announce, before you hear the presidential packages, that this no-fee stress will cost the state and the GET Fund some 31 million. President Mahama have asked me to assure you that so long as he's president, from now until 2028, the GET Fund will commit 50 million every other year to support the no disability fees and other associated interventions.
Some persons living with disabilities expressed excitement about the initiative, describing it as a major step toward equal educational opportunities.
I didn't even finish my degree 20 years ago, but right now it's as if God is giving me a second chance.
I had to wait for 2 years before going to university, and so if implemented will help us a lot to achieve our goals.
Let's remain with this particular story and go on the phone lines to speak to the president of the Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations, John Achuhomazi, to share his perspectives with us on the newly launched free tertiary education program for persons living with disabilities. Mr. Omaji, you're welcome to ChannelOne Newsroom. This was a campaign promise of the NDC. It has been launched now. What's your initial reaction seeing the launch happen?
Yeah, thank you very much. A small correction, the name is Joseph, not John. Joseph Achuhomaji.
Apologies for that, sir.
Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Omaro. Yes, the manifesto promise of NDC has been fulfilled today, and the policy has been launched. We are really grateful to His Excellency, the President, and for that matter, the entire government, for fulfilling this manifesto promise. This policy is coming to support and increase access to tertiary education for our people. Maro, you see, every year when there's admission, our people struggle to pay the money because of financial difficulty. They have to go around, sometimes begging, moving from one religious station to another, simply for fun. So this intervention is actually going to break the ground and support our people financially and increase and open the doors for quality education, for that tertiary education for our people. So we really, really appreciate it. It's going to give us a big financial relief and give the opportunity to our people to access quality tertiary education in Ghana. So we are very grateful to the president.
How significant is this initiative for the disability community in Ghana?
Omar, that's exactly what I've said.
Yes, so
significant.
So you've said that you go to challenges, but aside the little issues that come up, what major thing would be solved? What major problem would be solved?
The major problem it will solve is it is going to break the financial barrier that hinder our students from accessing tertiary education. You know, tertiary education is quite crucial. It enhances human capital development. It gives our people training to become responsible citizens and become an asset to the nation and to themselves rather than liability. So this intervention is going to give us that opportunity to access tertiary education and for the quality education to train our people.
Okay.
And to alleviate us from these financial difficulties when it comes to admissions at the tertiary level.
I see.
So it's quite significant.
The Students' Loans Trust Fund says that students with disabilities will not be required to apply individually. Do you believe this centralized approach by government will make access easier, or it could lead to some bureaucratic challenges?
Yeah, what they are going to do, they are going to count on the university to give the data. For example, this is the first years at Lagos. The state transplant people will go to University of Lagos because they have the data of person with disability being admitted. So they will provide that data to the state transplant. Then they will use that data to disburse the fund. So it's not going to be difficult. It's not going to be difficult. It's going to actually facilitate the disbursement of the fund. Once they count on or they rely on the data from the university, that will be fine.
Now, it is one thing giving you free tuition is great, but there are other challenges, right? Accommodation, assistive devices, accessibility on campus, and all of the other issues. Can you tell us more about those challenges and how you hope they will be addressed?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, this free tertiary education for persons with disabilities is not only for tuition. It's comprehensive. It covers accommodation, university user fee, and the tuition and all that. Of course, tuition is always free for students in Ghana. So tuition is free for everybody. But this one it will cover the user fee. Then it will cover that accommodation. So it's very comprehensive for persons with disability. Then the other thing we talk about is the accessibility in terms of the university making the environment disability friendly. And that's what the president said. And I'm happy the president indicated that amendment we are going to do is going to be LI, the support. You know, the one we have presented, the Disability Act we have implemented up to now, there's no LI to strengthen it. So the president is promising that when we do the amendment, there's going to be a LI to support the implementation of the act. Then you remember the president also added that in terms of accessibility, those people who will not respect the accessibility framework, we are going to strengthen the sanction so that it will deter people to make sure that they comply with the accessibility framework. So that promise is also coming from the president, and we are going to use that one to advocate strongly for accessibility in terms of the environment, the university environment. or the school environment so that our people can access the environment, they can access everything in the environment to make mobility easier for them so that they can function very effectively in the environment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Homaji, for speaking to us.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. We are grateful to you for the opportunity. Thank you.
And this is Channel One Newsroom on Channel One Television. I'm Umaru Sandamado. Let's do some other stories. And the nationwide exercise to resolve challenges with senior high school placements officially came to an end today, Friday. While many parents expressed satisfaction after having their concerns addressed, others say they are still seeking solutions. The following report has more.
The final day of the senior high school placements resolution process saw scores of parents thronging the Ghana National Association of Teachers NATHO, the designated center for the Greater Accra region. When Channel One News visited the venue, parents shared mixed experiences. Some described the process as smooth and efficient, while others lamented delays in resolving their cases.
The main reason we are here
every
You're still watching Channel One Newsroom on Channel One Television. Still ahead. Tamale is set to host Northern Business Fair 2025 this weekend. More on that when we come back. Please stay with us.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother once more. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the greats. See, this wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa faha.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Trout from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late? Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Coffee be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From Natebia cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you coffee be lucky, luckiest. No matter why you're lucky. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the Son of Man be.
Hey!
Is that his car?
Everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Love the Premier League? Your DSTV premium subscription could get you there in real life, Charlie. Stay connected for your chance to watch the Premier League live. Man U versus Man City at Old Trafford or Arsenal versus Man U in London. Stay connected to score with DSTV Premium. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This October, Northern Ghana takes center stage. Get ready for the Northern Business Fair 2025, the ultimate one-stop shop for everything made in Ghana in the Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From hand-woven smocks and intricate crafts to modern manufacturing, innovative packaging of made-in-Ghana products, and thriving homegrown businesses, it's a vibrant celebration of talent, innovation, and authenticity. Brought to you by ChannelOne TV and 97.3 CDFM, it's the biggest trade fair showcasing Kenyan SMEs, startups, research bodies, and indigenous brands making waves across the nation. It's happening on Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th of October 2025 at the Tamale Sports Stadium. The time is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Want to exhibit? Call 0205-973-973 today and book your space. Don't just hear about it, see it, experience it, and live it. The Northern Business Fair, your market, your connections, your growth. The Northern Business Fair 2025 is powered by ChannelOne TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by Ecobank, Side Hustle, the Ghana Enterprises Agency, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and supported by Cackstone Records.
You're welcome back. Next is Channel One Business with Netili Neti Ajaho.
Channel One Business is brought to you by MTN and Ecobank.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you banked like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. Ecobank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
And Netili is here. You see that I'm not in the north, but I'm ready for the Northern Business
Yes,
Fair.
and I like that. I like the way you're dressed. It just shows that all is set.
I'll tell Frima to bring you one when she's
I'll love
returning.
it.
Yes, please go ahead and tell us more.
Okay, let's get straight to our stories. And ground preparations and setups are nearing completion ahead of the much-anticipated Northern Business Fair 2025 taking place at the Tamale Sports Stadium. All roads will lead to the venue this weekend as the city prepares to host one of Ghana's most exciting trade and innovation showcases scheduled for Saturday, October 25 and Sunday, October 26. The fair is expected to transform Tamale into a vibrant center of commerce, creativity and opportunity. Our Northern Bureau Chief Shawana Yusuf has more in this report.
From hand-woven smocks and traditional crafts to modern packaging technologies and agro-processing innovations, the Northern Business Fair promises a colorful blend of culture and enterprise, celebrating the ingenuity of Northern Ghana. Speaking to Channel One News, Frema Edunyame, head of events and partnership, said preparations are well advanced and assured patrons of an inspiring and activity-filled weekend. According to her, the fair seeks to redefine perceptions about Northern Ghana by showcasing its creativity, innovation and business potential to a national and global audience.
We are very ready. The Northern Business Fair is happening tomorrow. That is Saturday and Sunday, the 25th and 26th of October. Finally, we've been counting down, but this is it. We are just hours away. Tamale is super ready. The Aliu Mahama Sports Stadium is also ready. You can tell that setup is going on. In fact, sound check has already begun. And so we are just counting down to 9 a.m. Saturday morning. And then the Northern Business Fair, the much anticipated Northern Business Fair, will come to fruition. And so we are calling on all residents of Northern Region, Upper East Region, Upper West, Savannah, Northeast, that this is our exhibition. Come, let's change the narrative. You know, stories about Northern Ghana shouldn't just be about tribal clashes. It shouldn't just be about migration. It shouldn't be about deprivation. We are changing the narrative. We are showcasing what Northern Ghana has to offer. So come together. Let us promote and project Northern Ghana.
Frema further encourage exhibitors and participants to seize the opportunity to expand their networks, reach new markets, and promote their brands, urging everyone to turn up in their numbers and be part of this historic event.
Exhibitors who are coming, we are bringing the market to you. We are bringing other businesses to you. We want you to take advantage of the Northern Business Fair. Preach your services, your products, your innovations, everything you are doing to Ghanaians, and also strike partnerships. Let us know what you are doing. Forge bonds. Let us build the economy of Northern Ghana. For those of us who are coming in as patrons, the most important thing for you to know is it's a free gate. You don't need to pay anything at the entrance. Come in, come, let's shop, let's patronize our businesses, and let's consume what we are creating locally before we decide to look elsewhere. Northern Ghana is producing everything we will need. Let us support them, let us patronize them, and let us build a stronger Northern Ghana economy.
Now, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has renewed its call on government to simplify and merge all existing taxes and levies into a single transparent VAT rate system as part of the upcoming 2026 budget. Government has, however, indicated that consultations are ongoing to review the reform the tax structure to make it more efficient and business-friendly. Speaking at the Chamber's 49th Annual General Meeting, President of GNCCI stressed that the country's complex and overlapping tax regime continues to hinder business growth and compliance, urging government to fast-track efforts toward a more streamlined system.
On taxes, our recommendations are: the Chamber wants the government to review downwards the already existing taxes, including simplifying and consolidating VAT and all levies into a single transparent VAT rate, as well as reduce VAT and remove the COVID-19 levy, which has outlived its purpose. The Chamber urges the government to introduce turnover and employment-based corporate tax thresholds, remove VAT on insurance premiums to enhance accessibility for households and SMEs, and grant a 3-year tax holiday for startups to promote entrepreneurship, innovation, and job creation.
Now, the Chamber of Licensed Gold Buyers is urging government to strengthen policy support and investment in Ghana's artisanal and small-scale mining sector to consolidate the recent gains from formalization and rise in gold output. Between February and May 2025, the Ghana Gold Board purchased and exported 41.5 tons of gold from the ASM sector, valued at approximately $4 billion. This report has more details.
In a statement, the Chamber called for expanded access to finance and modern equipment for licensed miners, the rapid rollout of digital traceability systems, and the establishment of ISO-compliant assay laboratories to ensure Ghana's gold meets international standards. It also urged government to introduce policies that promote local refinery and jewelry manufacturing, supported by sustained training and technical assistance to improve productivity and environmental compliance across the artisanal small-scale mining value chain. The Chamber further highlighted the need for closer collaboration between Gold Board, the Minerals Commission, and securities agencies to tackle gold smuggling and illicit trade, which continue to erode legitimate exports and government revenue.
Let's now bring you an update on how the currency is performing on the interbank market. And that's all for Channel One Business. I am Netele Neti Ajahu. Back to you, Sanda.
Thank you so much, Netele Neti. We do some other stories now. The majority leader in Parliament, Mahama Yariga, has clarified that citizens of ECOWAS member states are entitled to enter and stay in Ghana for up to 90 days with or without any agreement between Ghana and the United States of America. His comment follows calls by the Minority Caucus for the government to present before Parliament details of an alleged agreement with the U.S. on the deportation of some African nationals to Ghana for ratification. Responding to the minority's demand for a briefing on the matter, Ayerga explained that the arrangements for receiving deportees falls within the natural rights granted under ECOWAS protocols, which allows free movement and temporary residence among member countries.
During parliamentary proceedings on Friday, the Minority Caucus called on the Foreign Affairs Minister, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, to brief Parliament on the government's deportation deal with the United States of America. However, the Majority Leader, Mahama Yariga, in response stated that ECOWAS citizens are entitled to stay in Ghana for a 90-day period with or without any official arrangement with the United States of America.
Every citizen of ECOWAS can fly from the U.S. and has a right to disembark in Ghana, and then after 90 days can continue to their respective countries. Every ECOWAS citizen, with or without an agreement with the United States government. I was a member of the ECOWAS Parliament, and I know the ECOWAS protocols entitle every ECOWAS citizen to decide that they want to be sent to Ghana.
The ranking member on the Defense and Interior Committee, Reverend John Intim Fordjo, also appealed to the leadership of the Majority Caucus to program the Minister for Interior and the Acting Defense Minister to brief the House on the recent disturbances at Benyeri and Sampa, which displaced some Ghanaians and also endangered lives.
It is important that as a matter of urgency, within next week, the Minister for Interior and the Minister now responsible for Defense must appear before this House to give us updates. Lives are more important, security are more important than everything else that we demand accountability on. And it will be highly irresponsible on our part as a House if we do not demonstrate that interest in these killings that took place, and even so concerned as to the state of our compatriots who have become refugees in other places.
In an interaction with journalists, former Defense Minister and MP for Bimbilla, Dominic Nitiu, called on the government to suspend surface mining for at least 6 months in its renewed fight against illegal mining activities, popularly known as Galamsey.
I will recommend that they should suspend, just like Akufo-Addo did, mining, surface mining for at least 6 months. When they do that, they would be able to know how to be able to control it. And that means that if they suspend within the period, anybody mining is doing illegal mining.
Well, the former defense minister also called on the government to provide briefing on the preliminary findings into the August 6 helicopter crash, which claimed 8 lives, including the late Dr. Edward Omane-Boama, who was the defense minister, and the Minister for Environment, Science, Technology, Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed. Reporting for Channel One News from Parliament, Ni Ayukwe Okain.
Now, chiefs under the Nzima Traditional Council in the Western region are calling on government and security agencies to intervene in what they describe as the unlawful destrument of the paramount chief of Atuabo, Awulai Amihie Kpanyile, and the alleged illegal instrument of another person. They warn that the situation could escalate into chaos within the Ghana-Gaza enclave if not addressed, especially since the matter is still before the court. Channel One News' Western Region Bureau Chief Akwesi Ejenim reports from Takrady.
The Atuabo community, host of Ghana's first gas processing plant, has been thrown into tension following the alleged destoolment of its paramount chief, Awulai Amihie Kpanyile. The chief, who played a key role in securing the gas processing plant for the community, is reportedly unable to return to Atuabo after his queen mother is said to have removed him and installed another person amid dispute over revenue management and other issues. At a press conference in Takrade, some members of the Eastern Nzema Traditional Council insisted that Awula Amihia Panyele remains their legitimate paramount chief, arguing that the proper customary and legal procedures have not been followed.
We have rules and regulations we used to install a chief and destool a chief. If, as I'm here now, I want to become a chief of Saloma, and there's a chief there, I send another Saloma to court. I have to wait till the judgment. If court proved that Nana Saloma is not a chief, then my families or my elders can store me as a chief. But if the case is at court and I install myself as a chief, it's a contempt of court. So in view of this, the police must be intervened to stop that person, not to call himself as a paramountcy. But as for me, I swear an oath to Ewule and Michelle Kwanyi the third. So far as I haven't heard any news from National House of Chiefs, West Regional House of Chiefs, and court, still my paramountcy is Ewule and Michelle Kwanyi.
The chiefs further appealed to the government and security agencies to act swiftly to ensure Awula Amihia Panyele's safe return to Atuabo, where he has been absent for over 5 months. They also want those claiming to be new traditional authorities restrained to restore calm and stability in the gas enclave.
I think the police should come in and resolve it, because they arrest and do certain things so that there will be peace there. Because you can't just, there's process for every chieftaincy. We have process to install chiefs.
For now, any delay resolving the chieftaincy issues within the Atuabo enclave could have some kind of impact or consequences on the Ghana Gas enclave. For ChannelOne TV News, I'm Akwesi Ejenim. Takrade.
Now, some delegates of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, in the Brekum East constituency are rallying behind former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the party prepares for its presidential primaries. They have dismissed claims that he lacks grassroots support, insisting he remains the most marketable candidate to lead the NPP to victory in the 2028 general elections. There's more in the following report.
From Brekum East to the surrounding constituencies, the message from party delegates is one of unity and confidence in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's leadership. Dr. Bawumia ended his Bono region tour with visits to Brekum East, Sunyani West, and Sunyani East constituencies. Delegates say the former vice president is best positioned to appeal to both the party base and the wider electorate. They point to his record of service to the party. At the polling station level, local executives and coordinators say support for Dr. Bawumia is strong. They argue that claims suggesting he lacks grassroots backing are unfounded and do not reflect the situation on the ground.
Apart from
Now, yes, we need support.
Oh, no, need support. I will find him for any support.
Yes, a polling station for the electoral coordinator.
There was by football baby said, Namin, but in that year, Minimpa, me a polling station, more organizer can come at Brekum East. Yeah, police station, or the meaning say, I already in meeting there. Your support Bawumia, because Bawumia, why a bit only a quack, no, I have and fear the Brekum East polling station fire with me. They make me a catch and say support Bawumia 100% because on a bit added to me in 2028.
Meanwhile, the NPP constituency chairman for Brekum East, Kweku Kankam, has called on delegates to stay true to the party's tradition of perseverance and consistency, drawing parallels with the journeys of former presidents John Ejikun Kufuor and Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He encouraged members to see Dr. Bawumia's campaign as part of the NPP's legacy of determination leading to victory.
a bread to say, Sabia Bakosema or party no, Uko Tuchine, Nazanko Favofra, a fair now, Sabes, yes, your Fofrano, Adinako, Amagana for now, Kwanagana for some Mompena, I was for a better opposition at it. Says your opposition away, Munina, Munima, when you hear you. January 31st, Max Ramo, on Saka or ballot paper now, and Shebabia, yes, number 3.
This ChannelOne Newsroom on ChannelOne Television. Still ahead. Parliamentary Sports Committee Chair Ernest Nogbe confident Black Stars will shine at the 2026 World Cup. We have that in a jiffy. Please stay with us.
Love the Premier League? Your DSTV premium subscription could get you there in real life, Charlie. Stay connected for your chance to watch the Premier League live. Man U versus Man City at Old Trafford or Arsenal versus Man U in London. Stay connected to score with DSTV Premium. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother once more. If you it's your boy. Kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the greats. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trout from Kaswa, dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From Natepia, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the son of man be.
Hey!
Is that his car?
Everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
You're welcome back. It's now time for ChannelOne Sports with Bernard Abekwatri. Abeku,
Alaji,
the World Cup, no, we are going.
You've already been there.
Oh, you know,
how's the euphoria?
Buying gone to the Yankee Stadium or any of those stadiums, you know what I mean?
On TVBL.
All
right, great. Now, Chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports, Ernest Nogbe, has expressed confidence that the Black Stars will make a strong impression at the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Speaking on the floor of Parliament following Ghana's qualification, the nation's fifth appearance at the global tournament, Nogbe recalled Ghana's best performance at the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, where the team reached the quarterfinals.
I commend them for playing with focus and passion to once again place Ghana on the world stage. Special mention and commendation go to the coach and technical bench of the team for their instrumentality and guidance in making this victory possible. Mr. Speaker, as we celebrate this momentous achievement, I encourage the Black Stars to continue to put in their best in order to showcase Ghanaian football skills and talent on the international stage. They should not lose sight of the ultimate goal for which they strive and outperform other African football teams to clinch on a spot to qualify for this stage. Teamwork is the only way to secure the 2026 FIFA World Cup and make history as the first country on the continent of Africa to win the tournament. I am optimistic that His Excellency, the President, the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, the Ghana Football Association, and relevant agencies would provide the needed resources to facilitate the participation of our players.
Let's talk about the greatest league on planet Earth. And Ghana and Bournemouth forward Antoine Semenyo has detailed the racist abuse he faced in the opening game of the Premier League season against Liverpool. The 25-year-old is already enjoying his best ever start to a season with 6 goals and 3 assists in 8 league games this season, but admits the incident left him nearly at breaking point.
With me experiencing it, it's like demoralizing. You start questioning yourself, start questioning your character. Yeah. What's wrong with my skin color, kind of thing. And I shouldn't need to question that. I was made like this. God made me like this. So I shouldn't need to question myself because of someone's actions. I think I'm a strong individual. So when things like this happen, I always just try to move on. But with the Liverpool incident, it definitely touched the nerve, and I felt proper emotional about it, and it's nearly at breaking point, to be honest, but I'm happy I conducted myself the right way and not done anything and just reported it to the Premier League. So.
How do you deal with racism when you get it?
Try not to focus on it too much. I'm even at a point where I've forgiven the person at Liverpool. I'm just going to move on from it. In the moment, I wanted to do something and I wanted to retaliate, but I knew that wasn't the right thing to do. But I feel like also you need to have a voice. You need to tell someone about it 100% and something needs to be done.
Oh, that's the latest from the world of sport, and I am Bernard Abeko.
How many A's are in your Bernard?
No, not the A's, the N. The N.
So Bernard?
Yeah, Bernard.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Well, that's how we wrap up today's edition of the ChannelOne Newsroom. Before we go, let's do a recap of our headlines. President Mahama declares 3 days of national mourning for late former First Lady Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings. Kumasi High Court sentences police inspector to life imprisonment for murder of girlfriend. Government to increase PWD's common fund allocation from 3% to 5% beginning 2026. Nationwide school placement resolution exercise ends amid mixed reactions from parents. Well, if you miss any of our stories, go to our website, ChannelOneNews.com, for information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. You can also download our CNR app for on-the-go news. I am Umaru Sandamado. It's been a pleasure coming your way. Thank you so much.